Jackson first play going to throw. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense.
Love this look to start the ball game. They empty the backfield right away. And that's going to put some early stress on both their offensive line and on the secondary. They get a completion and a first down. To the 34 now. Here's first and 10. Now the first carry for Derrick Henry. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now. Second and short. What do you think, early shot here? I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Jackson's going to try the sneak.
Are we surprised a little bit? Second and 1, they went quarterback sneak. I know it works, so I'm not second guessing it all. I thought they might go with something else.
No, I'm sitting here trying to think the last time I saw a second one sneak. I can't remember any.
Yeah, it's a rare call because normally you're going to go ahead and use your back if you're going to run it or if you want to throw a little quick pop there. But in this case, it's big guys to pick up a first down.
But what was your heart when I was lost? You think I'm flashy like my thing, but I can't stay no hope. You only get one shine across. You say no hope. I'm taking them both. You bring me home. Deal with it. Deal with it. You bring me home. Deal with it. Deal with it. You don't still saying it. You just say me on.
I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. And your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
I just want to keep it at second down. Jackson now.
Some types of artwork
And the Ravens lead at 7
other types more valuable. Grab handmade trinks starting at $2. Why the shoots not?
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. It's in the pulse of those who never stop getting the job done or the party started. This summer, Chevy drives America. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Hello, it's your favorite sports funk here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the fastest growing community on YouTube. Remember, Nightcap doesn't happen without you. So please subscribe or you're going to make Ocho. Top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL since 2000. Darrelle Revis 1, Sherm 2, Champ 3, Gilmore 4, Jalen Ramsey 5. What would you change? Would you leave it the same?
Listen, I wouldn't change it.
I would put Champ at 2.
Yeah, well, okay. Oh, you mean the American? Oh, yeah, America. Yeah. I'll put Champ at 2. Yeah. I like it how it is. Hey, people, I don't think people understand how good Stephon Gilmore was.
Oh, he defensive player of the year. Would a DB give defensive player of the year?
Hey,
ain't been a whole lot of them now.
And Jalen Ramsey, even still to this day, another thing about Jalen Ramsey that I don't like is when we talk about the better corners, better man-to-man corners in the NFL, we're not mentioning Jalen Ramsey's name enough. We're not. Still very good. In one-on-one situations where they're playing off, where they're playing up in man-to-man, and then somebody say, oh, well, this guy beat him. Everybody gets beat.
Yeah.
Everybody gets beat. But he has a high percentage of times that he wins his matchups. A high percentage. And everybody that's on that list, chat, listen to me real quick. everybody on that list,
Third down coming up.
95% of DBs in NFL games, they play not to get beat. And there's a short percentage of maybe 5% that play to make a play. There's a huge difference. There's a huge difference. They're playing to make a play, not just playing not to get beat. I'm going to run the scheme. I'm going to keep the guy in front of me. And when he catches the ball, I make the tackle. So these individuals, they're trying to make a play.
And all of them are very good tacklers.
So from the 39 now,
very good tacklers. I think Champ went to like 10 or 11 Pro Bowls. He was 4 or 5 times for team All-Pro. Led the league in picks one year.
He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off.
Gilly, Stephon Gilmore was Defensive Player of the Year. He had a great season. That season, 2009, with that 2009 season when Reeves had that unbelievable season, but Charles Woodson won the Defensive Player of the Year. Ramsey's just been good everywhere he's been. I'm surprised. It's just surprising to me that how good he's been moved this many times. That's what's surprising to me, Ocho. You know, from Jacksonville to Rams to the Dolphins, Dolphins to Steelers. Ramsey's been good everywhere he's been. He ain't no slouch.
That's caught. It's Strange, the tight end. And he's taken down inside the 30.
Can play multiple positions. I can see him moving, playing safety. Like you saw Charles Woodson and Rod Woodson later in their career move to the safety position. And Aeneas Williams and time.
I mean, they're gonna be. I mean, they're gonna be able to do a multitude of things with Ramsey in Pittsburgh. So that's gonna be really interesting the way they use him. Obviously, but Joey Porter Jr. is gonna be on one side, and I'm not sure where Slade's gonna be. And maybe when that team go to 3 receiver set to 4 or 5 receivers, I ain't gonna tell them how that's gonna work out or what they're gonna do. It's gonna be, they're gonna have very many options. And with that front four that they have, that ball got to come out.
And Cam Hayward's gonna be there or not be there?
Oh shoot, I forgot about that. God damn it. God damn it. Is he really gonna stand on business too long, you think?
Seems like a
distinguished
gentleman.
And the Jaguars are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Hey.
The tight end position is
but they just paid you last year. I mean, how many times you ever?
But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old.
You just paid me last year.
Locked up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed, way harder to cover than before.
And he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point.
I've seen teams pay a player and cut him the next season.
They're down only one score, still first
we'll see.
But they're going to line up for the
But I think the only thing I think Sherman's phenomenal. I do bump it down just a tad because their defense didn't allow it for them to travel. They stayed on one side. Everybody else in this picture traveled. And I think it's something to be said for that. I mean, think about it. If you played in the 80s and you followed Jerry, Sterling Sharp, Chris Carter, Ernest Moore, Andre Ryan.
Can the team wait for 10 yards?
You know what I'm saying? I mean, just think about your corner, and that was your assignment. Michael Irvin.
They got
Michael Irvin, Anthony Miller. You travel. And for me, it's something to be said for a guy that travel. That you wasn't pick up freaking fly by. Right. But Sherm was phenomenal. And, you know, that's why he's an all-decade player in the 2010s. And rightly so, because he was that good. He was a quarter of the Legion of Boom.
Right. And another thing, when we talk about those 5 corners, I want to talk about some corners that aren't listed in there that I think are deserving to be on that list as well.
Okay, who you got?
I got two that deserve to be on that top 5. Asante Samuels, Patrick Peterson.
Yep. I agree. You know what? I'm surprised Pat ain't on there.
It is so hard to stay
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure who made that list. But the funny thing about it is, they were so good during their time. I'm talking about prime. Prime Patrick Peterson. Man, stop playing. Prime of something. Even though he didn't travel, but that's not what we had.
That's why, like I said, Sherm played the defense, and he played it extremely well. He played it extremely well. But for me, when you got to take Brandon Marshall and take Ocho and take Cal and take Megatron and take T.O. and take Julio. Bro, I got to give you credit.
But listen, do you understand the kind of bag? Do you understand the kind of toolbox you have to have as a DB to play against each one of the receivers you just named, knowing that you got to approach each situation differently? Your style of play has to be different based on who. Man, that is why I say, and people will laugh at me, I say defensive back is a harder position to play. Especially if you're a traveling corner that has to have a man. Listen,
You think it's harder? Maybe physically, but not mentally. A quarterback?
Yes. Yes, it's a mental game. Hold on, time out. Oh, this is a great conversation. Name the quarterback. I'm Patrick Peterson.
That should have been done in Big Sky Country or any speed limits out there.
This is an unfinished film, so you can take the story wherever you like. You can take a screenshot, maybe just a Photoshop on it, take that into Firefly, and make your own film. The world is what you make it.
Lawrence going to look to throw
Style
for it.
is substance. It's Jensen's Sierra. 4 hits, 0% APR plus 2,600 total value on this Sierra 1,500 month.
Oh, this is a great conversation.
That's 2 points for the
Name the quarterback.
but not on that play.
I'm Patrick Peterson. 1 week, say the receivers again. 1 week I got over against who?
Okay, you going against Julio.
Julio Jones. Fast. Good in bump and run. Can run routes like no other. I got to travel with him for 4 quarters. My toolbox, my technique has to be perfect. Mentally,
For this offense, Charles, you
in itself, that in itself is just like playing the quarterback position because you got to be on point. One mistake, one error, you're done. That's 6 points.
I'm not saying it's not easy, but as the quarterback, I got to know, okay, this defensive front, instead of Liz, let me rip this. I need to know X, Y, Z, running back. That mental. There's a reason why the quarterback playbook is this big, and defensive backs playbook is this big.
Yeah, but listen, even if the defensive back playbook is this small, right? Understanding what he has to go through. Understanding what he has to go through. Think about all the coverages, Ocho.
I got to think about Dallas and Smith. I got to think about position on the field. I got to think about personnel. Are they in sub? Are they in spinner? Are they in 3-down scan? Cover 4, cover 6, cover 5. They clouded. They band Jordan. Ocho, I got to know all of that. And I got to know, okay, who nickel, dime, sub. No, they in 6'2". No, they in a 5'3".
Right.
No, sir.
Hey, honestly, listen, 1 week I'm traveling. 1 week I got T.O. Next week I got Calvin Johnson. Next week I got Randy Moss. Man,
And I'm traveling.
You
got the Steelers defense with that 3-4. The next week you got the Eagles defense with a 43.
Right.
And the next week you got the Ravens.
Yeah.
And then the next week you got the Buccaneers. And then the next week you got Seattle. And the next week you got the Jets. And then the next week you got the Broncos. And then you got Bill Belichick. And then you got Rex Ryan. Then you got Wade Phillips.
So they went for the bigger shot, went for the ball on that one. This time they were ready
Corner
for
is the toughest position because you're asking somebody that's like Ginger Rogers and Fred Astaire. She had to do everything that Fred Astaire did, but you had to do it backwards and you had to do it seams. So I have to do everything that Julio's going to do, but unfortunately, I got to do it back.
2 sacks for him here in this first half.
But not only must I know what that QB is, I better find out what T.J. Watt and Michael Parsons are too. And you know why I'm at it? What the hell is Roquan Smith going to do? What is Ray Lewis going to do? Give me those running backs, and they up to something no good. I know. And I need to worry about Warren Sapp and Johnny Randall hit me in the back of my damn head.
Third down is the
What
down.
about Reggie White,
They
Bruce
absolutely
Weston,
have to win.
Bruce?
And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback.
Nah.
But pressure on the quarterback with contact.
And
that's
you
how
know,
you
you
end
keep
up
saying
winning.
it's a physical game for the DBs.
And how about this?
That's a mental,
It's mental, yes.
And they're going to go for it.
that's a mental game. Because now you got your job playing against some of the greats week in and week out is I need to make sure I keep them thinking the whole time. I need to make sure I keep them thinking the whole time. Whether it's lining up right in front of him, shading inside, maybe shading outside, continue to give him different looks. How can I throw these offense off?
Derrick Henry, 48 yards. And the Ravens take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. On his loop for the extra point. And oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point.
Because if I'm late on the out ball, tell the chat what's going to happen.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back
What
out
happens
to kick
if I
this
miss
one
the
off.
hot? Anthony Richardson, what happens when you miss the hot? If you don't redirect the line was going to the left, and you said okay, and you didn't rip it and send it right. That's what you should have done. You should have ripped it, so that way you slide the line to the right. Now, since you're looking to the left, anybody comes off that side, you throw hard.
Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Mentally, nothing like the quarterback.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
The hardest thing to do, I believe in professional sports in the baseball. The hardest position to play is quarterback.
Got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for
That's
it,
why
but instead,
you get guys that's third or fourth rounders and take off.
Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's
That quarterback position, man.
Kyle Hamilton picks it.
Hey,
And the
how
Ravens are
many
in
times
great
the
shape
team
here as
go
they
2,
take
3,
over
4?
the 46-yard line.
You just told me the Cleveland Browns
Certainly not
had
afraid to take
35
some
starting
chances
quarterbacks.
downfield.
They done had
It's
more
paid
starting
off
quarterbacks
a
than
couple
starting
of
quarterbacks.
times. That time, not so
And they got 2 of them.
that's where I want to start, what you said. It's
I tell you
paid
what,
off a
I got
couple
another
of times.
for
His
you.
aggressiveness
I'm gonna
has
tell
been
you,
good for his offense for the most part. So
the
he throws an
Cleveland Browns
interception there. No
have
one
found
likes that.
probably their best
But
corner
I would
they've ever
not
had
rein him back
is
in.
Denzel Ward. You know how long it took for them to find a Denzel Ward? They had B-Bots, and B-Bots was
Yeah,
good.
Just before your time, they had predicted Frank Minifield. They were really good.
What will be the final play of
They
this
were,
first
they
half.
were, hey, you need to do some homework on them boys. They were really
They want
good.
Denzel
So
Ward.
we've hit
No,
intermission.
yeah, Ocho,
It's
they were
halftime.
really
This
good.
is the NFL, and
Yeah.
it's a presentation of EA
Minifield and
Sports.
Dixon, they were
Yeah.
Ocho. They were really good.
All right.
I'm trying to think, who else Cleveland had? They had Joe Hayden. Was Joe Hayden any good?
Joe, listen, Joe was great. Joe was good. Joe was really good. Lee Bond was very good. Dana McCutcheon. Did I say it right? Remember Dana McCutcheon from USC? He was really good.
Jaguars in
But
possession.
Denzel Ward,
Denzel,
They
yeah.
will get the
different ball-
football as we are underway in the
different ball
second
game.
half.
Think about it. Okay, so
And they
name
will
the
not get a
quarterback.
chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Name what you call it, the equivalent of Joe Hayden, quarterback in Cleveland. You just gave me 2 quarterbacks. Now give me the quarterback equivalent.
And David Fine.
Jaguars
There you
come
go.
to the line to start their next drive. And
There you
Charles,
go.
they've got the
But
lead.
this,
Put your
this
coaching
like
hat
you
on here
said,
now. What's
they
the
left
game plan for the second half?
I think
Matt
getting the
Bean,
running game going a
they
little
left
bit
off
more.
Asante.
I thought in the first half, they didn't get it moving the way that they would have liked. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities.
Yeah.
And I will guarantee you that
That's
those
two
guys
for
are
sure they
lobbying
left
for
off.
them.
Man, he been to like 7, 8 Pro Bowls. I think Asante went to like 3, 4 Pro Bowls.
loss of a yard there to
Oh,
start
shoot.
out. That
I
leads
forgot
to
about
a
Wood.
2nd and 11.
First of all, Wood, the man played corner for 10 years. Damn. He wasn't always no safety.
I don't know why that slipped my mind.
Play to move the sticks.
Who the hell made this goddamn list? It shouldn't have been top 5. They should have just said top 10. Because it's hard to squeeze 5 in when there's so many that's worthy of a spot.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence.
Long.
To the right side and complete to Thomas. And he's just going to be short here.
I long will be in that same conversation with Asante Sandwich as well.
Long in the Hall of Fame.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yards to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
It was that the physicality that tied them in. Remember on the Colts
And in
and on the British Shore turf, how physical they were.
They're going to line up to go for this thing on
Coach Belichick, that's Coach Belichick's style with the Giants. They got physical with the Bills and the Kangos.
Right up in your face. Right up in your face.
Then there's some people out there live here. I'm gonna call Woody. Hey Woody, they ain't got you on here.
This will be caught once again
That ain't out there. We already made that list.
before getting this inside the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Super fresh. That's your mama. She's fresh. Super. Yeah, you know.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. Oh, and they sent the man in motion too late. This is going to be a delay. Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there?
Hello, it's your favorite sports talk here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the fastest growing community on YouTube. Remember, Nightcap doesn't happen without you. So please subscribe or you're going to make Ocho.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now.
And this is Micah and Jerry. They've kind of been going back and forth over the weekend. Hey, Micah posted a lengthy message on social media on Friday with a statement that he no longer wants to play for the Cowboys. Yes, I wanted to be there. I did everything I could to show that I wanted to be a Cowboy and wear the star on my helmet. I wanted to play in front of the best fans in sports and make America's team proud team once again. The team my pops and I grew up cheering for, way up in Harrisburg, PA. He is from Harrisburg, Ocho. You know, normally Harrisburg. Normally that's Steelers or Eagles country. A lot of people like the Steelers up in Harrisburg. But hey, if you're in Pennsylvania and you root for the Eagles, I mean, you got two teams. But if you root for the Eagles, I ain't going to hold that against you. If you root for the Steelers, I'm not going to hold that against you. But think about it. He is Steelers, Eagle territory, and he is a Papa Cowboys fan. Unfortunately, right, I no longer want to be here. I no longer want to be held to a closed-door negotiation without my agent present. I no longer want shots taken at me for getting injured while laying it on the line for the organization, our fans, my teammates. I no longer want narratives created and spread to the media about me. I knew I would be leaving money on the table, but again, I was okay with that. Again, radio silence my extension. In March, I met with Mr. Jones to talk about leadership. Somehow the conversation turned into him talking about contract with me. Yes, I engaged back and forth in regards to what I wanted for my contract, but at no point did I believe this was supposed to be a form of negotiation. That I informed Mr. Jones after. Hey, you would reach out, thinking to get things done. Stay quiet, but again, after repeated shots at myself and all these narratives, I made a tough decision. I no longer want to play for the Cowboys. My trade request has been submitted to Stephen Jones personally. Ocho, take off. What's your take on it?
Listen, I don't understand. It's one thing for owners to think a certain way, but to not really value the people that players that lay it all on the line for you. You have a certain way of conducting yourself. You already have a history of things that are frowned upon when it comes to us anyway. Way back. I don't need to bring that up, but to continue to show us during the Kaepernick era time as well. The one owner that came out and said all our players will be standing there, and we gonna hold the line if you play for my team. And just to see how he conducts business and the way he does business, despite being the most profitable franchise of all sports, the way he did CD, the way he did Ezekiel Elliott, the way he did Dak. Now the way he's doing Michael Parsons. This time, even going a little further across the line and talking about him in a way like, well, even if we do pay him, he might not be available like he was last year. Like, you don't say stuff like that as the owner when he's busting his ass for you and your team. Obviously, do what his job is and what you pay him to do. Injuries are a part of a sport, but they need your owner, the one who signed the check, to say it and to say how he really feels publicly to the world. That's the kind of stuff like it gets out, it slips out because somebody recorded it. Somebody stuck a conversation. But he just, like, proudly.
He blurted it out.
Letting you know how he feels about you. How could you want to line up and put that hat on? How could you want to wear that star outside of just doing it for the money?
See? And we talk about Ocho, that's why I like to have somebody, because he might would have told the agent that, but the agent never would have come back and told me or you that.
Exactly, why you never want to be part of negotiations, because the real them comes out, and the agent never discloses that.
Right.
People will be upset. Everybody will be upset on how they feel about you, because when it comes to business, they are shrewd.
Right. This is what they do. This is not what you do.
Right.
I don't have a problem. I think Bobby Wagner was one of the first ones that said, I no longer have an agent. I'm going to negotiate my own contract. Right. I think Sherm does that. I think we saw Lamar and his mom negotiate their own contract. I don't have a problem with that. If you said I'm going to be my own representative, I'm going to engage in these talks with whomever, be it Jerry, Steven, or whomever is doing this contract negotiation. I'm cool with that. Right. But if I tell you I have representation, don't try to isolate me.
Right. Back though, buddy,
that's why I have representation, because this is what they do. I'm giving him a percentage of the total contract because I want him to negotiate on my behalf. So that's why Jerry had it going all these ways. Hey, Michael, come on, fly on the plane. Because he's trying to, no. Now, if Michael said, you know what, Jerry? You're right. I can do this on my own. And then that way I don't have to give David his agent. I won't have to give whatever the case may be, whatever you charge. I track that from the bill. That's not what Michael said. Michael says, hey, I have an agent. He's like, I thought this was the start of the negotiation. Hey, David Muguleta is looking forward to hearing from you. Hey, told him we have a great conversation. Yeah, he'll take it from here.
Hey, my treat today. They'll take that here. Of course they take Discover. You're stuck in the past. Unlike me. You were Brad.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places nationwide.
Here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it.
Jay thought they could have done deal. No.
Mike ain't.
No.
Mike is not stupid.
No.
Hey, but this is the part I understand. This goes to everybody also in the chat. You have certain players. You have special players that come along. I call them no-brainers. I call them players that are no-brainers. When they come in, when they get drafted, and you watch them play year to year, it's a no-brainer when it's time to pay them.
Right.
Michael Parsons is a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. Justin Jefferson is a no-brainer. Amon-Ra St. Brown, I'm just using receivers for perspective. Those are no-brainers. There's no reason to play a game when it comes to a player of that magnitude. Even if whatever the books may say, like stuff like that, well, you know what? We have one player on defense, it's our superstar. The ball should have been rolled now.
Right.
He started another 3 weeks. Why are we still talking about contract with the no-brainer?
Yeah. So think about it. What it cost the Bengals? It cost them an extra $6 million a year, or $24 million over 4 years because you waited a year. Yeah. It probably cost you an extra $30 million in guarantees because you waited an extra year.
Right.
So you have to pay a tax. Mm-hmm. You have to pay a penalty if you're late. Let me ask you a question. If you late on your rent, you pay a penalty. If you late, if you got something in the court and you're late, if you owe Uncle Sam, there's a penalty for